Mizoram, where you've got a motley group of people coming together and putting up a contest. So here for the first time are the India Today Access My India vote share numbers for the state of Mizoram. The MNF India Today projects will be at 27% of the vote share. The ZPM, which really in the last elections only had 8 seats, they fought separately, weren't even together as a whole, will get a whopping 49%. That's like Afghanistan winning the World Cup, not just doing well, but actually winning the World Cup. The Congress at 20%, the BJP at 2%. They were really never in the race. It's largely a Christian state. 27 and 20. Even if the MNF and the Congress got together, they still have lesser votes than the ZPM. This is electorally a miracle. This is a bit like what happened in Tripura, where the BJP went from 2 and they formed the government by bringing the mighty CPIM down. This is quite magical in the state of Mizoram. Let's now translate this into seats. If you look at the 40-seat assembly of Mizoram, Access My India is projecting for the India Today group that the ZPM will get 28 to 35, the MNF from 3 to 7. This, Pradeep Gupta, is actually the biggest surprise. You're projecting that Afghanistan is winning the World Cup?
Yeah, it is going to be the same like what happened in Delhi, Pradesh, when in 2013 election, Aam Aadmi Party could secure 27 seats, surprising everybody. Last time in Mizoram, they could not form the party, the ZPM. So all the candidates fought independent and they won 8 seats, and the Lal Dohama is led the ZPM movement. He is the ex-MP of Congress party in 1984.
That's right. He comes from the the older generation. This
40%
IPS
of the
officer,
respondents say they want
same
him to
again
be
like
CM.
Arvind Kejriwal situation, IRS, and he was the IPS officer, and he fought election last time with 2 seats and won both the seats. And this time, can you imagine, he is likely to secure 49% vote with as high as 35 seats out of 40 seats. So it's like sweeping the entire Mizoram.
The reason for this, a couple of things which are interesting here. One is the last time they could not get an election symbol.
Yes.
Because they did not get their recognition in time. So they had to contest as individuals. Now they've come together. Many of them are ex-congressmen. And I think, yes, the AAP analogy is well taken. This is the 2015 moment of Mizoram. And most of the people who've gone with the ZPM are youth. You see, the church plays a big role in a state with 85% Christian population. But the youth want a change. They want to see, not as if the leader is young. He's 74 years old. He's not, in that sense, he's different to Arvind Kejriwal. Yeah. He's not in his 40s. He's a 74-year-old. But he's saying, enough of these, of the Congress and the MNF. Let's try something new.
But Rajdeep, what does it say about the Congress? Because you've had a Rahul Gandhi who spent a considerable amount of time in Manipur. They would have hoped what happened in Manipur would have reflected in the neighboring Mizoram. And here, you have the Congress absolutely nowhere. So if Supresh Srinath is still with us, it's a question for the Congress to take.
Excellent point. Because in the Northeast, we've seen, not just in Mizoram, Preeti, in state after state, the Congress used to once dominate the Northeast. If these numbers are right, you're completely barren in the Northeast. Not a single state of the Northeast is going with the Congress, and it's ZPM, a party in a way created out of the womb of the Congress, that people are turning to, and not the Congress party, Supriya Srinath, in a state bordering Manipur.
No, so I have got your question very partly. There is a problem in the audio, but I get your question on Mizoram and the Congress party's position there. I think what I will say before I come back to the Congress party's position there is, I am very glad to see that Mizoram has actually taught the BJP a lesson. Because the Mizoram Chief Minister said Mr. Modi should not come there. There's palpable anger. He did not go to Manipur. That anger has metastasized into Mizoram. So I do believe the numbers will be a little better than what they are suggesting here. But it's a resounding vote against...
That lesson has come at your cost. Because the Congress made Manipur an issue. You had Rahul Gandhi who was in Manipur.
You can come to me after I'm done. I think it's an extremely important, extremely emotive point. The fact that the Prime Minister chose not to go to Manipur is going to cost him dearly, not just here, but you wait and watch in the rest of this country. I think it's
But
a
what
very
has the Congress
important
gained out of it, Ms. Srinay?
that's
Because
very
your leader went to
ironical.
Manipur.
I'm not entirely...
It's very ironical that you're saying the BJP, it's a largely Christian state, the BJP hardly even contested. Amit Shah and the others didn't even go there. The Congress, which should really have benefited from the anti-incumbency, has ceded ground to the ZPM. Kaushik Deka joins us, heads India Today Northeast for the India Today Network. Kaushik, the emergence of the phenomena of the ZPM didn't even contest as a proper party in the last election to now sweeping the post-poll study. Explain that to us.
See, ZPM, though it was not a party in this form, ZPM head Ladan Hoa, he has been there for quite some time. I see it actually as an AAP phenomenon over there. Only that in AAP's case, in Delhi, the turnaround happened in just 3-4 years, but this party took a lot of time. It was usually seen as an urban party. And Mizoram, if you see, it's a rural state mainly. But because of internet, what has happened, all the things that he used to preach earlier, now those things are getting into the rural areas. So people are reacting to that. What AAP could achieve in Delhi in quick time, this party took time, but now it has succeeded and people are responding to the new form of politics. They have seen Congress, they gave a chance to the regional party also. Now they are trying to someone who is talking about corruption, who is talking about unemployment, who is talking about drug issues in a constructive way. So I think that what earlier was seen as an urban phenomenon, now it has gone down to the rural areas.
Rajdeep Gupta, is a state like Mizoram tougher to poll than say a Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan?
Very tough. In all northeastern states,
No, but
And Mizoram
particularly...
relatively easy. Relatively easy.
Rajdeep, I'll tell you one second.
No.
Just think of it not in terms of the state, but in terms of statistics. You are trying to capture the vote share of a new political formation.
That is one.
If it is an MNF versus Congress fight, it's relatively
And
easier.
secondly,
here you are trying to poll a new
It's like
political
an
formation.
average 20,000 voters in each constituency,
So how do you get the right numbers?
and that to 3 party,
Fair enough.
and
Yes,
that
Rahul.
to incumbent party.
Yes, Rahul.
Like MNF.
In some ways, ZPM may look like AAP phenomena, but ZPM is also very, very different because the constituent parties of ZPM are old political parties of Mizoram. So basically JNP, Zoram Nationalist Party, is an old party. Mizo People's Conference is an old party. Mizo People's Congress is an old party. So what has happened that these 6 parties tried to come together last time, and they got 8 seats, but they had combined 28% vote share. So it's not like, so they're like, of course, it's a big jump from 28 to 49, but it's not that they had no base in the state.
No, I
The
think
same like Aam Aadmi Party in 13.
No, sure.
And they
This
won
is
in
2018 was
15.
their 2013 moment of the Aam Aadmi Party. This is their 2015 moment. But
absolutely.
you know, I'm just wondering, Chetan, do you believe? And you talk to a lot of young people. In general, do young people want the idea of new parties? We're looking at all these big states where we've got the same old parties running these states. Then you turn to Mizoram, and suddenly you've got a new party coming up. Do you think there is space in Indian politics for new ideas with new parties?
I think if
I mean, you were a promoter of AAP at one moment in your other avatars.
we were all, but I think freshness is something, and it's got nothing to do with the candidates. It's about the freshness of the idea, and I think someone presents a fresh idea. No matter how old they are, they can still resonate with the youth. There's a lot of new voters. They do have a cool... You said they didn't have a symbol. Now they have a very cool symbol. A nice hat.
That's right. But you know, the thing is, whether that's easier to do in a smaller state than a large state. Look at Delhi. Very confined area. You had the Aam Aadmi Party emerge. The moment the AAP has tried to go into Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan, they haven't been able to make any impact. I just wonder
difficult.
whether the smaller states are more, perhaps...
Yeah,
you know, it's possible
like
to break through there. You agree with that, Kaushik? We've seen from time to time in the Northeast, new small parties emerge, make a mark, but then fade away. The national parties take over.
We can't compare Delhi with Mizoram in terms of population. Delhi is far bigger. But in Mizoram, the election also happens in a very different way.
There are multiple influences.
The church is a big player.
Yes, that's a very big player, and there is a community feeling and all that. And if
Did the church back the ZPM?
No, not exactly. They didn't oppose it also. But if you see before the elections, that Manipur conflict and Myanmar, that influx from Myanmar, Zoramthanga tried to actually appeal to this Mizo identity. But that also didn't work. That means the elections happened in a, I think when the numbers will come up, it will be a very close contest.
Why do you think the MNF lost? Is it corruption? The fact that they had identified with the BJP, which in turn was seen to have not stood by the Kuki-Zo community in Manipur?
No, MNF actually stood by
No, the BJP had not. And the MNF was seen to be in partnership with the BJP.
Yes,
much later did they break away?
No, they haven't broken away. They are still the partners, but in every case, when the first influx happened also, Zoramthanga actually defied the central government. So the whole thing was that...
So it's not a Manipur effect?
Manipur didn't play any role. I think the no action. They have seen Congress, no action. They have seen Zoramthanga. They had expectations. This was another chance to Zoramthanga, who was the original rebel. But nothing happened, nothing moved. So they are trying another person. Means, and in Manipur or Mizoram, in smaller states, leadership plays a role. And constituencies are very small. So person-to-person connect is also very important. And he has been working at it.
Okay.
For quite some time.
Kamil Nath has tweeted just moments before now, reacting to the exit polls that have come out. And I want to take you through what the Congress's chief ministerial candidate in the state of Madhya Pradesh is saying. कांग्रेस के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को मैं उनका बल याद दिलाना चाहता हूं। आप लोग कांग्रेस की शक्ति हैं और आपकी मेहनत और समर्पण से ही जनता ने कांग्रेस पार्टी के समर्थन में जमकर वोट डाला है। 3 दिसंबर को जब मतगणना शुरू होगी तो कांग्रेस की सरकार पर जनता की मुहर लग जाएगी। मैंने हमेशा से ये कहा है कि देश विजन से चलता है, टेलीविजन से नहीं। बहुत से एग्जिट पोल में कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार बनती हुई दिखती है, जबकि कुछ एग्जिट पोल अन्य तरह की तस्वीर की बात कर रहे हैं। आपको इस बात का आपको इन सब चीज़ों से ध्यान भटकने नहीं देना है। अर्जुन की तरह आपको अपनी निगाहें सिर्फ अपने लक्ष्य पर रखनी है। आपको आपका पूरा ध्यान मतगणना के दिन पर लगाना है और ये सुनिश्चित करना है कि कांग्रेस को मिला एक एक वोट सही से गिना जाए और प्रदेश में प्रचंड बहुमत से कांग्रेस की सरकार बने। सो ही इज वरीड अबाउट नाउ एक ही देश विजन से चलता है, टेलीविजन से नहीं। एंड कीप एन आई ऑन दोज काउंटिंग स्टेशंस. If something goes wrong in the counting station.
My only worry is that if, like Arjun, he has decided to use his arrow against us, in case we get it wrong, you and I better make sure that wherever else we travel, don't travel to Bhopal in a hurry.
One second. If you get, see,
here's
the thing. You cannot get Madhya Pradesh wrong. You can get it wrong to some extent. If, for example, the BJP's wave may not be as big, it may be a little lesser. Directionally, Madhya Pradesh is unlikely to go wrong. If it goes wrong, then Gupta ji is doing jigri pokri. Then there's no polling, there's no science. It's not a single day poll, it's a post-poll study. You've spoken to a scientific stratified sample. It's not randomly selected sample. If Madhya Pradesh directionally reverses, Gupta ji, pack your bag, go to Kedarnath or something.
No, the man from Jabalpur, so he cannot afford to get his home state wrong. Okay, we are going to take a break because our producers are saying that we still have our advertisers to also lots of stakeholders on exit poll day, including the advertiser. We'll be back with one final wrap-up hour. We'll bring you the big picture of what the day one. Remember, this is only day one of the exit polls has shown. Telangana is also going to be there tomorrow.
We'll also do a poll of polls. So
and
poll of polls, national big picture, impact on 2024 if these post-poll studies are right. All that and more coming up on the other side of a very quick break. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
We live in the age of EI, election intelligence. India's most powerful analytics engine is ready and raring to go. Seats, votes, margins, swings, strength scans, strongholds, cutting-edge live insights powered by India Today's data intelligence unit. No network can compare. No channel can compete. Your one-stop destination for live election analysis. Election intelligence, only on India Today.
an amalgamation of two states. A Bollywood shadi, yet so simple. With dreamy setup in shades of fights, it was a celebration where love was the VIP and everyone was on the guest list. That's right, actor Rajdeep Hooda and his longtime girlfriend Lynn Leshram are now husband and wife. The couple exchanged vows in a traditional Methi wedding in Manipur. Lynn looked beautiful as she turned a Manipuri bride, which was a beautiful nod to the Radha Krishna dance Ras Leela. While the groom Rajdeep Hooda also surrendered himself completely into the Manipuri culture, showcasing his deep love and respect towards his new family. For his big day, he donned a timeless white kurta and dhoti, accentuated by a yellow headgear called koet. The pictures and clips from their big day has been circulating online and leaving fans in complete awe. The couple can be seen having fun as they were surrounded by their families and friends, and Rajdeep Hooda's infectious smile in the photo speaks volumes of his love for his bride. On professional front, Lynn is known for her roles in films like Mary Kom, Rangoon and the very recent Jaane Jaan. As for Rajdeep, he will next be seen in Swatantra Veer Savarkar. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
We have said that they have consistently given space to anti-India extremists and violence, and that is actually the heart of the issue. Our diplomatic representatives in Canada have borne the brunt of this. So we expect the government of Canada to live up to its obligations under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. We have also seen interference by Canadian diplomats in our internal affairs. We've said this from this podium, and that is obviously unacceptable.
I wanted to speak to the news coming out of the United States on India. From the month of August onwards, we have been working closely with our American counterparts, with partners around the world, on the very serious allegations that we shared in September that we believe India was involved, agents of the government of India were involved in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil. The news coming out of the United States further underscores what we've been talking about from the very beginning, which is that India needs to take this seriously. The Indian government needs to work with us to ensure that we're getting to the bottom of this. This is not something that anyone can take lightly. Our responsibility is to keep Canadians safe, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
पता नहीं बिहार में सरकार को ये भ्रम हो गया है कि यहाँ के मुस्लिम समाज के लोग कुछ अलग चाहते हैं। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। जो मुस्लिम समाज के लोग भी हैं वो देश के संविधान और कानून के साथ चलते हैं। किसी ने मांग किया था क्या 2 कैलेंडर जारी करने का? यानी मुस्लिम मांगे ना मांगे, इन्होंने जबरदस्ती जारी कर दिया। अरे भाई, सबके लिए मुस्लिम समाज के लोग भी बराबरी मांगते हैं, न कि अलग अलग कोई अपीजमेंट मांगते हैं। लेकिन बिहार की सरकार को भ्रम हो गया है कि 2 कैलेंडर जारी कर देंगे, उससे इनको कुछ अलग फ़ायदा हो जाएगा। अलग नज़रिए से देख रहे हैं। ऐसे नज़रिए से देखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। मुस्लिम समाज के लिए कुछ काम तो करते नहीं है, खाली कैलेंडरें जारी करते हैं।
watching India Today. Powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Co-presented by
आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय जॉय ई-बाइक.
Co-presented by Nexa, Create Inspire. Co-powered by
पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी वडोदरा गुजरात.
Hello and welcome to our continuing coverage of the big exit poll. 5 battleground states, and we are the destination, hopefully, for all of you who want to realize what really has been happening in these states. The Axis My India exit poll numbers are out, and they have created, I can tell you, a bit of a tremor.
Bit of a tremor, there's an earthquake because they're going contrary to the conventional grain in all states. In Chhattisgarh, where everyone thought that the Congress had it easy, the Congress just with an edge but not comfortably placed. In Madhya Pradesh, where everyone thought the Congress would win, we are predicting a sweep for the BJP. In Rajasthan, where the BJP thought they were comfortably placed, it now turns out that the Congress could have an edge. So it's all ulta-pulta as far as this post-poll study done by Access My India for the India Today group is concerned. We will, in this part of the show, take you through a poll of polls. We just take the India Today Access My India poll most seriously. But for what it's worth and to include it in the conversation, we'll show you what the other pollsters are saying. You'll get a sense of what the wisdom of the crowd is, as it were. So let's go through the headlines and then we'll take you through the poll of polls and then we'll look at the national big picture that emerges from the data that's coming from these post-poll studies. Rajdeep.
Fascinating elections, fascinating exit polls. The headlines. India Today, Axis My India exit poll numbers are out. Saffron sweep projected in Madhya Pradesh. It's Kamal, not Kamal Nath, all the way